Hey there, friends! Today I'm going to be taking virgin ground in my backyard and making it into a small garden. I'll tell you a few things I learned along the way, and a few things I'll definitely be doing differently in the future, so stay tuned. First, I'm going to roughly mark out the borders where I'm going to dig out the garden bed with a shovel and then get to digging. This is my little girl. Her name is Scout, and she's a German Shepherd and Pit mix and has a ton of energy and loves to play. Back to digging. And time for another frisbee toss. And after removing a splinter from my hand, we're done with groundbreaking. I'd recommend that you should be wearing some kind of gloves too. Next, I'm going to take this hand claw we got at a garage sale for about $5 and break down all those dirt clumps. This also separates the majority of the dirt from the grass. I'd say that this step will wear out your arms if you're not prepared for it, and that if this plot of garden was any bigger, I would have opted to rent a tiller and till the dirt instead. After this, we're going to take a nice solid rock rake and rake out all those grass clumps that we just got done grinding up. Next, we're going to add more soil to the garden to give our plants additional nutrients and a higher chance to thrive. In this case, we added this Miracle-Gro in-ground garden soil as we've had the best results in the past with it. After cutting open the garden soil bag, we're going to take the same rock rake and evenly spread out the soil so we can then mix it into the existing soil with our claw tool. Here's our garden the next day after the plants have been put in the ground, as there was not quite enough light to get a good shot. On the left, we've planted a row of Hubbard squash and a row of butternut squash. And on the right, in the raised bed, we have some Jetstar tomatoes and beets. Overall, here's how it turned out. Here behind our strawberry rings, we're going to prepare the ground for some Kentucky Wonder pole beans that will grow up the lattice behind it. Again, we're going to take our claw tool and break up the large patches of grass from the dirt and loosen up the soil beneath. Again, wearing gloves is a must here to avoid getting blisters. In addition, when doing this or any outside yard work or gardening, make sure that you also apply some type of skin protection, like a zinc-based sunscreen or wearing a long-sleeve shirt. I ended up getting a slight sunburn on my arms and legs during this project and definitely will not be making the same mistake twice. As with the other plot of garden, we're going to rake out all the grass that's still attached to any dirt. Because this patch of dirt had not been used in some time, the dirt was quite compacted, so I decided to go over it again with the claw to break up the soil a bit deeper and give the bean roots more room to grow in soft, loose soil. And after adding an additional bag of soil to the patch of planting space, I decided to mix the soil in with a shovel instead of using the claw, because at this point, my arms and back were on fire from the repetitive motion. Thankfully, there was still plenty of light in the day that we were able to plant the Kentucky Wonder Pole beans while the camera was still rolling. With these plants, we made sure to plant them at least 1 foot apart to give them some room to spread out, as to not to crowd the root real estate below. Finally, after watering Scout the doggo, we gave the plants and newly broken up soil a good watering in.